When we talk about becoming the best version of ourselves, I think it's an elevating idea. I think it's something that is inspiring. It's a concept that is inspiring unto itself. But when we think about, okay, how do we do that? On a day-to-day basis, or year after year, decade after decade, how do we constantly become a better version of ourselves? How do we continually become more and more of who God created us to be? The answer is character and virtue. Character is something that tends to be made up of habits. If somebody lies to you all the time, we tend to think of that person as being of low character. And we tend to discount what they say to us. We dismiss what they say to us very often. Because they lie to us so much that we can't even listen to what they've got to say. People who have great character, people who, we would trust our lives to, people who, if you ever had to put together a will, and you had to decide, like, if you and your spouse died, who would take care of your children? Who would you entrust your children to? And what criteria would you use for who you entrust your children to if you and your spouse died? You're looking for people with character, right? You're looking for people who you want your children to emulate. And it's an incredibly difficult thing to do. Couples have to do it all the time as they prepare a will. But it's an incredibly difficult thing to do, and I think it's something that people second-guess themselves on all the time and change their minds about over time, and because we want to entrust our children to people of monumental character. And the reality is that God wants you to become a person of great character. And the building blocks of that character is virtue. The building blocks of that character is patience and kindness and generosity and humility and courage and all the virtues that are at the core of Christian spirituality and are belittled and despised and demeaned very often in our modern culture. And so becoming the best version of yourself means, in a very real and practical way, becoming a woman of character, becoming a man of character. And it's that character, that deep, strong, well-grounded, rooted character that God wants to fill us with, so that when life's difficult moments come along, and they come along, and you don't know when they're coming, you can't schedule them. You can't say, oh, I'm ready for a difficult moment now, God. Send it along, I'm fully prepared. Most of us are tested at times in our lives where we least expect it. And it's at that moment, it's in those tests, it's in those difficult moments of life where our true character is revealed, where who we are at the core is on display for the whole world to see.
Did you know that 71% of the people that watch Matthew Kelly's videos are not subscribers? That makes no sense. We need to change that. Subscribe today. hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on another great video ever again.